Back in May 2024, the residents of Tallahassee, Florida were struck by two tornadoes. The Railroad Square Historic Arts District was one of the areas affected the most. For our final course assignment, me, Rob, Emily, and Jackie decided to interview the business owners of the Railroad Square Arts Center. Catch a clip from our interview with Kevin from Cap City Video Lounge. Right, recording on
and record is on.
Record sound. What did they say? Sound. Rolling. Salud.
Salud. Slancha. Ambient sound.
And
Yeah, coming into Railroad Square after the tornadoes hit, well, number one was genuine terror. Like, I can tell you, when it hit, of course, most of us were fast asleep or getting up to come to work. It happened at around, what, like 5 in the morning? It was super early. And so I was kind of waking up to what was occurring. I had the warnings on my phone. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'll be fine in my house. And then it dawned on me, I'm like, oh shit, Railroad Square. And so then I went downstairs and was just sitting in my house waiting for the storm to pass. It's like, oh man, I hope everything is okay. And then driving into the square, I'm driving down FAMU Way, and you could just immediately see roofs ripped off. Like you saw Mickey Faust. You saw the entire line of buildings, just roofs ripped off. And I'm sitting there, I can't see Cap City. Like, this is it. Like, Cap City's done for. I was genuinely terrified.
My name is Donna Marie Nutt, and I have two caps that I wear. My first cap is being a professor in the School of Communication at Florida State University, a la my paid gig. And then there's my unpaid gig where I am the executive director of the Mickey Faust Academy for the Really Dramatic Arts. I'm not a person who remembers dates, but I will say that May 10th, 2024 is a date I will not forget. Two tornadoes converged on Tallahassee, as many people know, and much of Tallahassee was unscathed, but we had a double whammy. My wife and I were immediately in our cars and drove down to Railroad Square to check on the physical building. And we drove up, and literally half the roof of the Mickey Faust building was off and down the street at the cafe.
So there's cars all parked down the road. I had to park my car and run around the corner. Roofs are ripped off down the corner as I'm coming around. And gosh, Able Artist Gallery, who used to be next door, and is now an empty lot because it got blown away in the tornadoes. I saw that and I was like, we're done for. But we were super lucky. We didn't get any damage whatsoever. So in the aftermath of the tornadoes, I to this day feel an overwhelming sense of survivor's guilt that we did not get hit. And I looked around and there's so many buildings and businesses that are no longer here because of those tornadoes. And it's just a roll of the dice that we made it out, and it breaks my heart that we lost some really great neighbors. A lot of great businesses had to move out and go somewhere else, and it was a genuine tragedy.
what would Tallahassee lose if we were to lose Railroad Square?
If Tallahassee were to lose Railroad Square, we would lose kind of the heart of the entire city. You're losing the arts, you're losing creativity, uniqueness, this one-of-a-kind community where there's nothing like it in Tallahassee. There's nothing else like this, where you get a melting pot of communities and people and ideas and art. And that's what makes a city and a people thrive. We need this. Like, we don't need... It's fine that we have all these chicken finger places, every vape store on the corner. That's great. Everybody needs mattresses. I get it. We need a place to sleep. But we also need a place where we can express ourselves and express ourselves freely, where everybody else can come and see that. A communal hub for visions and ideas and dreams. And that's what Railroad Square is supposed to be. And if we lose that, I mean, what else is left? Where else is there to go? You gotta think. I mean, sure, there's a million places in this town to go get drunk and have a party or whatever, go see a movie, sure, you can go to AMC and see the latest Avengers movie. But for you to come and express yourself, there's very few places left in Tallahassee. And so Railroad Square needs to stick around. You know, we need that. We need that for Tallahassee and for Florida and for everybody. So, yeah, I'd like to see it stick around.
What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. I said, hey, what's going on?
And now, over to our infield reporter Jackie, taking man on the street interviews.
Guys, there's no one here. Anyone? Guys, do we look weird running right now?
You're doing great.
Ronnie, need some help here.
Oh, don't worry, I got you, girl.
Where are the friends?
Hello, Tallahassee. This is Railroad Ronnie. We are here at Railroad Square Arts District on Small Business Saturday. I am here representing WCDB, that is the World Conductors Broadcast, asking the good people of Tallahassee, what would Tallahassee be without Railroad Square Arts District? Come follow me. Tallahassee, I am Railroad Ronnie here in the field reporter at Railroad Square Arts District. We are inside of Chameleon Cava here on Small Business Saturday. All right, and sir, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Ryan, and I'm from Tallahassee.
All right, shout out to Ryan. Now, this is my first time inside of Chameleon Cava. Could you explain what is Cava?
Yeah. Kava is it's a tea that comes from the South Pacific Islands. It's made from a root of the Piper methysticum plant, and it's known for its relaxing and communal effects. It tends to be drank in large groups of people, and just relieves a lot of your stress and anxieties throughout the day.
Oh, man, I could use a little bit of that after this interview, man. We're going to get into the next question, okay? So you say you're from Tallahassee, right?
Yep.
Could you give me the real, all right? I'm an expat. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. What is the best and worst parts about living in Tallahassee?
Man, the traffic's certainly gotten a lot worse now, but you know, that can obviously be solved. But the best part is this place. You got Railroad Square, you got Florida State, FAMU. I mean, it's just a lot of different, you know, cultures like coming together, and like I don't think you see a lot of that in like smaller cities.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, sir, I got one more question for you, all right? So the segment is called, What Would Tallahassee Be Without Railroad Square? And I have to ask you the same question. What would Tallahassee be without Railroad Square Arts District?
Lame.
And there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for your time, sir. We are here at Railroad Square Arts District, Chameleon Cava. Be here or be square. Hey, we in Railroad Square. I'm looking quite debonair, fresh shaven like Nair. Absolutely, man, absolutely. All right, and our segment today is, what would Tallahassee be without here, Railroad Square Arts District? And Reed, I gotta ask you the same question. What would Tallahassee be without Railroad Square?
In a word, empty. Railroad Square provides this just cultural hotspot within the heart of College Town, and there's nothing like it. Truly incomparable. When the tornadoes came through here, I was personally worried because I work in Blind Can office. I'm here every day. I was at a building that was destroyed during the tornado, and so I was worried that we wouldn't have it anymore, and that was a real possibility. But empty.
No, for sure. And just last follow-up question: do you see this place turning around with recent developments from the CRA? What do you see for the future of Railroad Square?
Okay, with the CRA, that's actually something that I'm working around myself. So I went to the second CRA meeting. I spoke at the second CRA meeting.
Yes, sir.
So right now we're kind of in this limbo. I would love to see a site plan go through. It's just kind of a wait and see. But if the CRA plans go through, it will be an amazing revitalization for the area, and I'm excited to see the investment that comes in.
All right, man. I appreciate your
Absolutely.
time. I am Railroad Ronnie. We are here on Small Business Saturday, right outside of Chameleon Cava, and this is WCB. See ya. Keith, I have to ask you the same question. What would Tallahassee be without Railroad Square Arts District?
Tallahassee would be soulless. I don't know. It would be it'd be tough. There's not a lot of areas that have such a local business like feeling. And so, I mean, there are a lot of local business spread out throughout the town, but you know, we have the arts district, so we have a lot of, you know, local artists and then local business here too, and it's all in one area. So without it, it'd be tough to find. You'd have to go all over town just to find, you know, local stuff. So.
I hear you, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. I am Railroad Ronnie. We are here at North Floor Collective. Railroad Square ain't going nowhere. Again, I am Railroad Ronnie. Time to run.
Then what is lost is the kind of collective dynamic of the area. And so you cannot really advertise. I think one of the points made at the city commission over and over again was the tourism draw. And it is true that if you look up Tallahassee, and as anyone coming from anywhere is going to sort of see Railroad Square as part of the draw and something we're very proud of in our city. An art district on the south side that is funky, that is a tourism draw, that is hospitable to small businesses that sometimes become big businesses like Proof. It's a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And so this moment now is a pause of, do we want to commit to that again? And I think yes, because I still think we believe very much in an arts village.
The worst thing you can do is not try. Like, no matter what happens, if you fail, if it goes under, the last thing you want to do is be on your deathbed regretting this. Regretting that you didn't try. Regretting that you didn't at least take a chance. Because that's what life's all about. If you just want to sit at home and play it safe, that's fine. But if you have a dream in your heart and you have the aspiration to do so, and you just have to get out there and do it, man, and try your hardest. Because that's what this world needs, is people who follow those dreams. It's easy to get weighed down. It's easy to listen to people who want to crush those dreams. That's the easy way out. But man, you gotta struggle. You gotta strive for it, or else, again, you're just sitting at home on your couch. And what kind of life is that for yourself if you've got that dream? You gotta go for it. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. You gotta go for it. That's my advice.
That's where we certainly are. And so on that, I want to say is you do realize the paradise you have when it's gone. So there have been many other challenges, but this is a huge one. I keep thinking of that Joni Mitchell song of "You don't know what it's got till it's gone." They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. And that's the moment we're in. We don't want it to be a parking lot.
Gang, thank you for choosing Cap City Video Lounge. See you next time.